See? How lively. You really need to come and see it in person for the full effect.
And that's thanks to your efforts, Wenshu.
Well, I'm just doing my job. I should be the one thanking you. After all, without the Midnight Rangers tirelessly guarding the front lines, the Riverside Games wouldn't be possible. Don't always be so tense. Sometimes you have to give yourself a breather. It's not good to push yourself too hard. So, how about picking up an event to participate in?
Wenshu, thank you, but you don't have to pitch me.
Why not? Go. Enjoy your youth. I would have rushed to sign up if I was still young.
Rover, it's good to see you here.
Oh, I guess you must be the Rover. Nice to meet you. I'm the director of the Riverside Games. You can call me Wenshu. I almost dropped the ball on this one. I would have forgotten to send out those invitations without Jiyan's reminder.
It's not worth mentioning, Wenshu. This is the first Riverside Games in many years, and you must have been busy with various matters. I only offered a little help when I could. Rover, it's a slow day today. Please take a break and have some fun.
That's right. Go participate in the event, you two. That's how you enjoy your day off. Of course, the Jinjo Riverside Games is an event for all people to enjoy.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to your performance, Rover. Only a few events specifically require participants to be Resonators. Other than that, there are no special restrictions for any event.
We haven't held the Riverside Games in years. Look at him. Jiyan still remembers the rules better than I do. Who would have thought? During the preparation, I came across some pictures from past games and instantly felt a rush of adrenaline. Ah, the memories of my youth. It's a pity that the Midnight Rangers are always on the front lines, getting ready for emergencies. The Riverside Games is their only chance to relax and have some fun.
Rover, I suggest looking around for events to join if you're interested. Many of them are open to on-site registration. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to confirm the safety of the surroundings before the race begins. You can consult Wenshu should you need any assistance. Have a great time, Rover.
Oh well, I didn't invite him over. On the other hand, we couldn't have brought the situation at the borders under control. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Especially those. Rover, are you coming with me?
All those hours of training for nothing.
Don't give up yet. We've still got some time before the relay starts.
Ling Yan, Ganchuan, what's wrong?
Hi!
This is Rover.
Perfect timing. We're having a bit of two of our teammates. We've asked the
But the relay... are we supposed...
Speaking of which, do you have a team, Rover?
Rover is also a Resonator. He's fully qualified for the Gulpuff Relay. Still, it depends on whether he'd like to join you.
It's simple. 4 people take turns controlling a Gulpuff in a relay race. The first team to reach the finish line wins. Thank you so much. If we could...
That's right.
Then you're only one person short for the relay. I know a good candidate for that.
Who?
Bingo!
Oh!
Are you serious? The general doesn't look like he'd be interested.
Well,
What do you mean?
instead of asking questions here, why don't you
I don't have the guts.
go invite him now?
We're counting on you, Rover.
Rover, what are you doing here? Have you found any event that you're interested in? Trouble? If you're comfortable sharing. So, you want me? No worries. The key to winning a relay race lies in mutual understanding, cooperation, and trust among team members. Most of the teams are formed according. I believe you can find a better candidate. Disqualification for teams without enough participants, but given we never trained together before, it may prove challenging to win. A temporary team. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. It's been a long time since I've last heard that phrase. Indeed, no need to worry about the end result before the competition begins. Yes, I'll join you. Spectators are gathering along the lanes. The race should start soon. Let's go join our new teammates. Nothing. Perhaps it's just my imagination.
Greetings.
Rover has told me.
Hooray! Now we can join the race.
Not to be a party pooper here, but as a last-minute team, we probably won't hit the record. Unless... sorry. For 10 years ago. Since then, every time the games are held, a major highlight is whether the record will be broken.
Yeah,
They set the record. Well...
Keep your chin up. Not to mention the team you were talking about was a temporary team, too.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, it's been 10 years. I wonder how that team's
We should worry about ourselves first.
the real... Then... General?
As you have trained together.
All right.
Me?
You've always...
The first runner doesn't need to coordinate with the two of us. He only needs to exchange the control.
General, can you be the connecting third runner?
A reasonable strat.
Then the relay order would be me first, followed by Lingyan, then General Jiyan.
Rover, this is your first race, and you may receive plenty of attention as the last runner. Please. I'm glad to hear. Any other questions?
Yes! Our team doesn't have a name yet.
Since Rover brought this team together, maybe we should let him decide the name. Good. The name is settled then. We can stay in touch with our terminals once the race begins.
We're entering the final stage of the competition. General Jiyan and Rover have successfully passed the baton.
Be careful of the drip.
Despite it being Rover's debut race, he's demonstrating impressive skill. Oh no!
Come on!
That team
We're in the
into
lead now.
driftwood.
Don't worry, keep
Whoa,
going.
what a pity. Rover's taking a commanding lead.
Wait, the goalposts don't seem
I
right.
think this year's
Watch out.
championship is a foregone conclusion.
Rover, are you all right?
I'm sorry for what just happened. You almost reached the finish line and then...
Rover, an unfamiliar... Went you...
I understand. But most of the teams are waiting to start their race. And it's our first Riverside Games in years. The voice you mentioned. Could it be our spectators cheering?
When Rover asked... I have requested...
I see.
There might be an records will...
I trust your... A man somehow ended up riding a gull puff when it all happened. And he seemed to really enjoy... They all seem super excited. I guess...
Get that person to leave, Wenshu. I'm going with you.
Of course. Rover, you are respected by many. If you're willing to help us calm people down...
Thank you.
Sir, please...
But that was really fun!
May I have your hand?
What? What's wrong?
Nothing major. As I
Huh? When did I get hurt?
The adrenaline from excitement may have damped. However, your nervous response betrays your condition. Fortunately, it's not caused.
Ouch! Oh, it's really starting to hurt now that you mentioned it.
All right. Have you calmed...
I'm sorry. I got a little carried away. I'm sorry again for the trouble I've caused.
Let's go have someone see to your wound.
Rover, fancy I don't want to spoil your fun, but I'm afraid we need to...
Can you fill us in on the data?
I checked the monitoring data as you asked, and I found unusual fluctuations.
Why didn't the nearest beacon pick up on this anomaly?
The resonance beacon is functioning properly, but we still don't know why. Animals are often the tacit discords. I suppose that's why you asked me to...
Yes. The timing of this change is concerning.
Perhaps the Riverside Games frequency resonated with something in the upper waters.
Yes.
The lack of perceivable warning signs typically suggests unknown risk.
Don't come near me!
The tacit discords are increasing. Let's take them down first. It's the retroact rain. We need to hurry up.
Let the winds roar. Synchronization.
Swift and resolute.
Let's participate. Together.
The voices are coming from here. It might be trying to tell us something. We need to decide.
You should relax. You can. Tacit discords. They won't. No. I can't. Help!
It's the cheers during the Riverside game. Perhaps some people have been trapped in this. Anyway, we have to figure it out. Yes and no. To simply put, the environment here is ever...
Are these the spectators we saw earlier?
No. They are memory projections from the previous Riverside game. No. They are memory projections from the previous Riverside games.
I can't quite describe it, but something feels...
Oh, come on! Are you seriously expecting teamwork among members of a temporary team?
No wonder they made a mistake. Such a shame.
It's the temporary team from a decade ago. I'm fine. Brought back some memories. According to Mortefi's speculation, this...
Hey, look! Isn't that the temporary team? Oh, the last runner's actually catching up! Really? That kid! I remember, he's a new recruit! Impressive!
It's the tacit discords. Watch out. Tell truth from the song.
Synchronization.
Sounds come for one with the sounds.
They seem to be playing a game of imitation. Those are nothing but empty shells, no matter how... All of this, I have a feeling it all ties back to the temporary. I rarely ever mention it, but 10 years ago, I was a part of that temporary team. It's the Nell Squares bell. Don't worry, I'm here with you. We'll go see for ourselves. Wait, Rover. Look out the window.
The city's upside down. So is everything in this place like this? Are these fallen soldiers manifestations of memory?
The fog is thickening. Be careful of the tacit dis...
Hey, precipitant synchronization.
Break! Tell truth from the song.
Birth.
A decade ago, shortly after the conclusion of the previous Riverside Games, a sudden TD outbreak struck the Deserac Highland. Yes, the Midnight Rangers had to send its latest recruits to the front line because of the situation's urgency. In the end, we contained the outbreak at a heavy price. The battle took countless lives, Our victory was overshadowed by the immeasurable loss. And they were not this sonorosphere. As tacit discords devoured the fallen soldiers' frequencies, they became convinced they were the soldiers they feasted upon. But it seems the remaining frequencies of our soldiers are still resisting. Yes, the tacit discords emerging together. It would seem it's the bell. They must be showing the way for us.
An unexpected discovery.
The bell sounds closer now. The tacit discord should be aware of our presence now. They'll be harder to deal with. Brace yourself for the fight. The atmosphere is thick and dangerous. Let's take down these murmurants first.
Synchronization. Let the winds roar.
Tell truth from the song.
One with the sounds. According to what we've learned, this battle happened a decade ago. Why are they only calling out to us now?
I think it's because of you.
Me? But I didn't even know them.
I was wondering why this year, of all times, when the Riverside Games have been held before, and you are the only variable here. You invited me to join your temporary team, so Ganchuan and Ling Yan can still participate in the race. We initially fell behind, but later reclaimed the lead. It's like a deja vu of the race from a decade ago.
And that's what triggered the resonance. The fallen soldiers, they must have held on to those memories dearly. That's how they resisted merging with the tacit discords.
Yes. They have been silently fighting for us all these years, or we would have faced a TD outbreak.
During the past battle in Desert High, did you?
Yes. We fought together.
You probably didn't want it to happen again. All those deaths and losses.
And so they called out to us for help. Let's move on over. Break!
Swift and resolute. One with the sounds. No hesitation. The hour is upon us.
The bell is right.
Is it? No.
Let's go. Nonsense. They're reenacting our first lesson for new recruits. During their first lesson, we are required to do this before being. Its significance eluded most of us during initial training, myself included. Until that, yes, I didn't attend the memorial that day, but that was when I finally realized. Nell Square. These monsters will never.
Please, can't let this one pass. Let's go together.
Tell truth, so.
Mistake.
Champion one with the sounds.
Let me be your blade. Storm, hear that command. Synchronization. Roll for me.
Swift and resolute.
There's no time.
We are leaving it to you.
One with the sounds.
You're wide open. Tell truth from facade. Fear no more. Break! Thank you, Rover. I'm fine. They've been trapped here for 10 years, and now finally free. I hope they're in a better place. What happened here I've sampled some of the frequencies here with my terminal.
Wouldn't hurt to be more prepared.
We're no longer seeing any unusual fluctuations now. Good job. You should have successfully prevented a potential TD outbreak. As you requested, I compared the fluctuations with those.
Thank you.
I'm not done yet, though there are some.
This is the
frequency sample from a sonorosphere. I'll deliver it to a colleague. It's in better hands with her. It's someone you know.
Yes.
What now?
I trust you.
Rest assured.
This should be our wake.
It is a wake-up call. And it may also hold the answers we've been searching for all these. By the way, the Riverside...
Sure.
Now, if there's nothing else, I'm going back to my lab.
Rover, there is a place I need to visit. Could you come with me? Thank you. I need to pick up something first. See you at Nell Square. There is something I wish to do with you today. A seed. This is the seed of a resilient type of flower, which I asked the Academy to help me breed years ago. From here you can... I thought, this flower, we named it the Amortia. Yes, the word represents both departure and return. Yes, I know there's nothing we can do to bring them back, but for us still living, we need something like this to hold on to. Thank you, Rover, for finally bringing them peace. And this is why I believe you should be the one to plant this seed here. We have prevented one outbreak for the time being, but a greater danger remains lurking in the darkness. Our knowledge of it is severely lacking. I must act to prevent more deaths. Rover, if one day I perish in battle and cannot return home, could you please plant one of these flowers for me? Thank you, Rover.
Rover, I heard you'd returned to the city with General Jiyan. What a relief. I am beyond happy to know you're all safe and sound. There is something I forgot to give you. Let's meet up somewhere when you have the time. Greetings, Rover. You see those fish? Happiness and safety, and if we don't feel the weight of that price, someone else is carrying it for us. 10 years. Dozens of teams competed that day, and the race lasted well into the afternoon. The sunset was so beautiful, like what we're seeing now. That team was thrown together last minute, and nobody thought they could win. They even stumbled during their first exchange. But then, the team surprised everyone with their final runner's expert gulpuff handling and victorious finish. It was truly a race to remember. Yes. I still remember how excited those kids looked. Just like how you looked in this photo. We were worried. I should thank you for bringing that team together, Rover. I'm planning to talk to Jiyan about hosting the Riverside Games another time. If all goes well, please, join us.